Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 9A. Myself, Ashutosh Goyal, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GIA Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the fourth World Conference on Information Systems for Business Management, ISBM 2025, Bangkok, Thailand. The fourth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held on 24 September 2025 in Bangkok, Thailand, and the virtual event was held through Zoom yesterday and will be taking place today, that is 25th and 26th September 2025. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations, and each presenter will be given 10 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. This is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the chairs for this session, Professor Stephen C. Jackson and Dr. Tarun Kumar. Professor Stephen C. Jackson is an assistant professor at the National University, Philippines. His academic and research interests include business education, organization development, human resource, social and sciences, and marketing management. Thank you for joining us today, sir. I request you to kindly say a few words of encouragement to the participants.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Professor Stephen Hoxon, and I welcome you all to this session. I hope this session is going to be our very good platform to collaborate and to create network because this presentation is not only for this session is not only for presentation, but I believe this is going to be a very good networking opportunity for everyone. I'll be sending a template here in our chat box so that you can fill this up and then send the necessary information so that we can have a research collaboration soon. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, you have 10 minutes to present and you will be having 2 minutes for Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to our next chair, Dr. Tarun Kumar. He's an associate professor in the School of Computer Science at the University of Petroleum and Engineering Energy Studies, UPES Dehradun, Uttarakhand. With more than 20 years of teaching experience, he specializes in cloud and DNA computing. His research interests include cloud computing, IoT, and DNA computing. He has published several edited books, book chapters, patents, and research papers in conferences and proceedings and referred journals. Thank you for joining us today, sir. I also request you to kindly say a few words of motivation to the participants.
Good morning to all of you. And first of all, uh, my introduction has already been given by Ashutosh Goyal, and I am here for this for the session chair. And I just want to know what kind of papers or publications you have done in this particular session you are going to present. And if there is anything that can be new or that can be worked, we can collaborate for them. I will also share my research area with you. And we will discuss the things later. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity as a session chair in this particular conference. Thanks a lot, and all the very best for all of the participants that are going to provide their that are going to present their papers. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, without further ado, let's start with the papers. First, I would like to call upon Ma'am Shamama Kamal to present her paper on the title Agriculture with IoT-enabled Smart Sensors, a New Era of Agriculture Sustainability. Do we have you here with us, ma'am?
Hello, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon, whatever is the time in Bangkok. Okay, so let me present my screen first of all, and then I'll start with my introduction. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So hello, everyone. I'm Shamama, and I am from India. from SRMS College of Engineering and Technology, India. And my topic for today is agriculture with IoT-enabled smart sensors, a new era of agricultural sustainability. So let me brief you about the table of contents. First of all, I'll be giving the introduction, and then I'll be giving a review of the existing systems that I have gone through. Then we will talk about the IoT-based crop monitoring system, the model that I have proposed. We will compare the crop yield with the traditional versus IoT methods, the benefits and impacts of the proposed model, the challenges, the conclusions, and the references. So from the very initial times, I've always thought of things to be sustainable. From the very beginning of medication, I was always thinking about sustainability. And when we talk about agriculture, we know that there is a lot of labor, there's a lot of manual work. Then still we hear news every next month we are hearing news that due to the bad conditions of the weather, due to some pest or due to some diseases, there's some problem with the crops and everything. So I was thinking about all of these situations, and then I came up with the research idea that why don't I use the IoT as it's an evolving technology in today's world. So why don't we use IoT for the sustainable practices in agriculture? So there's already a lot of work that is going on in agriculture regarding the IoT, and I picked up this topic. So let me introduce one by one. So the IoT, as we all know, that it connects physical components through the smart devices, and there are protocols for the data exchange between those devices. Then IoT with sensor network enable real-time monitoring of soils, plants, and weather. So when we use IoT in agriculture, we are monitoring the soil condition, the plant stage, and the weather. And all of this data we can use to optimize and boost the yield. Applications span for the agriculture with IoT spans across the precision irrigation. That means the irrigation, whatever is done, is precise. The water is managed properly. Whatever is the livestock in the farm, we are monitoring the livestock. We can manage the crops. We are also monitoring the environment around the crops. The adoption of IoT in agriculture supports sustainable practices, as that was my first statement when I started with my presentation. So this is a quick flow chart that I prepared the benefits of using IoT in agriculture. So we have the water conservation, we have the soil preservation, we have the crop management, we are using the resources sustainably. And when we talk about crop management, we are optimizing the growth of the crops, we are doing the real-time monitoring of the crops, and we are preventing any diseases or the pest infestations. Next, I will review the existing systems. So I went through a lot of papers, research articles by prominent researchers, and what I found was that currently, the smart irrigation systems, they are using IoT sensors and they are using controllers. So with the use of those, we can precisely manage the real-time water, whatever water is being provided to the fields. We can we can show the practical use of soil moisture sensors and the node MCU. So the soil moisture sensor is a sensor that will sense the level of moisture in the soil. And Node MCU, it is a low-cost microcontroller which has the Wi-Fi. So it can help with the remote irrigation control for the fields. Then integration of machine learning enhances the prediction of crop water needs and improves yields. Research highlights the research that are there. They are highlighting the IoT adoption in livestock, crop, and environmental monitoring for efficiency and sustainability. In countries where the resources are limited, we can use the fog-based approach and the WSN architecture. WSN is the wireless sensor network architecture, which is a low-cost resource-constrained agriculture environment. In the fog base, we are just using sensors which are sensing some things from the environment. They are sending those data to the devices, and from the devices, we are sending that data to the central hub, and then the action is taken accordingly by the devices. The comparative studies prove IoT-based irrigation outperforms the traditional methods, boosting water use efficiency. Next, the IoT-based crop monitoring system. So in the IoT-based crop monitoring system, we have the sensor deployment. So in the sensor deployment, we are talking about the sensors that we have deployed in the agricultural field. Then those sensors are collecting the data and transmitting that data to the central hubs, to the clouds. Then we are analyzing that data. The system is analyzing that data. It's visualizing the data and reporting on this data to the controller system. Then the automated controller system is controlling the environment, the ecosystem of the agricultural field across the farms. Then through that, we can also work on the scalability and integration. We can increase this ecosystem by adding more devices, adding more sensors, and we can integrate our farming with the other like techniques. This is done continuously, and this continuous monitoring and optimization is done in the fields. So this is an IoT-based crop monitoring system. Now, my proposed model is, let's imagine a field where we are preparing an ecosystem which is working on its own. So here, if you see in this image, you see that there is a solar power panel. This solar power panel is present in the field, which is which is used for the generation of electricity. And in this field, we have three different types of sensors. So I will go through that one by one. So we have these solar power shades that can go up and down. So in case there is a lot of heat, these solar power shades can also provide the shade from the sun to the crops that cannot thrive under harsh sunlight. Then same shades can also work for the rainwater from the rain. When there are very heavy rainfall, it can also protect the crops from the heavy rain. And whatever water is coming from these shades, so these shades are inclined at 45 degree when it is raining, and it will be inclined at 180 degree when there is sun. So when it is at 45 degree, whatever water is coming, it is going through these pipes and it is going down to this underground water storage tanks. And from this tank, we can use the water for irrigation. And now how the irrigation will be done? We have the soil moisture sensor in the ground. So when this soil moisture sensor senses that the soil moisture level is below the set level, it will start the irrigation. And as soon as the water level will be reaching a particular level, the soil moisture sensor will give the signal and the water will stop coming from this. The motor will stop. Similarly, we have a rainwater detection sensor over here in this particular system. And it detects as soon as it's raining, it detects and it will it will slant this particular shade at 45 degrees. So in this farm, if you see, we have an automated solar power shades that adjust based on sunlight intensity. Rainwater sensing canopies, they can also work as the rainwater sensing canopies. Then this canopy structure supports the channeling of rainwater to the underground. Then storage water is made available for future use. Now this is a semi-self-sustaining system for itself. And all of the above systems using solar power from solar panels, which we have installed in the farm. And the three basic sensors that we have used are the soil moisture sensor, the light sensor, and the rainwater detection sensor. So let me give you a very quick two scenarios. So when there is harsh sun, this particular panel or the shade that you saw, it will be at 180 degree. It will prevent the farm from the harsh sun, and it can take the water from below, and the irrigation can be done from the storage tank. And when there is raining, the water will fall on this shade, and these shades are supported by two pipes. So we have put two pipes on the edges of these shades, and these pipes will take the rainwater and store them down in the underground system.
Ma'am,
So this
it's
is
a
how.
gentle reminder that you have hit the 9-minute mark. You have only 1 minute left
Okay.
to conclude the presentation.
Sure. So the innovation statement in my proposed model is that it's a fully automated multifunctional design, and it's an energy independent system. So it is suitable for the remote agricultural fields. Now this is the corn yield that we have, initially when we are using the traditional method, the crop is this much produced, and when we are using the IoT based method, the crop is this much produced. Similarly for the sugarcane yield also, this is the IoT based outcome and this is the traditional based outcome. Next, benefits are improved crop health, reduction in water consumption because we are using water only when it is necessary, increased crop yield, and it is a sustainable system, and it is beneficial for crops such as lettuce, spinach, strawberries, tomatoes, and herbs, which are vulnerable to heat, stress, fungal infection, and waterlogging. Challenges, we need to produce more food. It's a decline. There is a decline in workforce, diminishing of the arable land. There's water scarcity everywhere. The climate change is a very big issue. And there are some technical issues, which are the integration issues with IoT, which, since it's a technical things, it can give errors sometimes. Conclusion, IoT, machine learning are technologies enhance efficiency, it reduce water use and ease farmer workload. Smarts irrigation system are essential for tackling water scarcity and enabling precision farming. Future agriculture, it relies on AI, robotics, and cloud computing, and intelligent system and predictive model, improve crop yield, conserve resources, and promote resilient farming practices. And these are the references. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your presentation, ma'am. Are there any
Most
questions?
welcome.
Hi, Miss Shamama. Just
Hello,
one
sir.
question.
Yes.
Yeah, practically speaking, the research is very good, but particularly, how do you think the result of this research can help ASEAN region, which is considered as the food basket of the world?
Uh, can you please, pardon, can you please repeat the word? Which region?
The ASEAN region.
Asian region. Okay. Yes. So this research was prepared by me keeping in mind India. Okay, so since I'm from India, so we have unpredictable weather situations over here. We have very heavy rainfalls and we have very harsh summers. So when we talk about these, there's a lot of manual labor. So in if you think about the farmers in very harsh summers, they are coming out, they're irrigating their fields. But if they will have this kind of smart irrigation system where there is a motor which is connected to their fields and there's a sensor which senses, okay, the water level is down, it is dry, let me give this information to the motor will start, it will irrigate the field, and as soon as the field will receive a amount of water, the motor will again give the information that, okay, now the moisture level is high, motor will stop, and then the field is also watered properly. It's not overwatered, it's not underwatered, it is watered as up to what we have put in the system. Similarly, we have electricity. We are producing self-electricity. So the farmers, they won't have to rely on the electricity that's coming from the power stations. So they are producing their own electricities. This is like in our country where we have the world's most population, we need to produce a lot of food, and we are also exporting a lot of food to the other countries as well. So if we are using such sustainable systems, which is self-producing electricity, the crop yield is improved. There is a high yield of crop, and so we can also export raw cash crops as well, which are used in industries apart from these crops like rubber, cotton, and all these. So I think, practically speaking, this particular smart system can help the farmers a lot.
Oh, thank you very much. I am impressed with the explanation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Are there any other
Sham
questions?
Shamama, you have mentioned that you have associated or you can associated this thing with cloud computing. Am I right?
The cloud structure, yes, sir. The cloud structure for sending of the data, because when we are sending the data from the sensors, we need to send it into the cloud system for the storage. So in from the cloud storage, they are connected to they must be connected when we are talking about big platforms. Taking this on a big level, then we need to store this information on clouds from where they can analyze the data and the computer can send the signals accordingly, and same signals can be sent to the devices to perform their task.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Most welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to our next presenter, I'd like to call upon Sir Pritesh Kumar Prajapati to present his paper on the title Detecting Malicious Android Apps Through Static Features Using Machine Learning. Do we have you here with us, sir?
Can you see my screen?
Not yet, sir. Yes, we can see your screen now.
So, greetings for the day. First of all, we would like to say thanks to ISBM team for selecting our paper. So, we focus on the detection of malicious Android applications through the static feature using machine learning. So, this is in continuation to our last work in December 2024. So, co-authored by Jugal Mehta, he is our student from the BTech IT. Prince Tadani, he is from the BTech C student, along with Pasha, Amit Thakkar, and Deepak Dabi. So we from that security background, that is Pritesh and Pasha. Second, Jukal and Prince are from that networking as well as security and ML background. And similarly, Amit Thakkar and Deepak Dabi are from that ML background. So this is in collaboration with different universities. That is Charosite, GTU, as well as the Central University, Gujarat. So this is our brief outline. Why we have focused on this. Based on that, we will be providing the introduction. Why the Android malware detection is necessary. Research objectives. This is the experiment-based study, and then later on it was converted into the research paper. Then methodology with experiment setup, and the result analysis, conclusion, and future goal. So we live in that particular IT world, right? We be majorly focused on the smartphone today. It is not more than just a smartphone. Generally, we keep our all the data, even personal, professional, everything in the smartphones. So we having some professional data like slides and materials and other thing, as well as we'll be keeping some personal data, including Aadhaar card, PAN card, and other details. Even we'll be installing so many applications, we'll be allowing the permissions and other thing. In majority of the case, we have taken the service before doing this hands-on activity and other thing. Majority of the people, common people, they are allowing every application, every permission, even though it is not required. So based on that, we have started this particular experimentation and then converted to the paper. So recently in the Casper Sky last year statistics, it shows that 33.3 million mobile attacks happened, right? Which includes the malware, adware, and unwanted software, as well as adware made up to 35% of the detections. So we focus based on the Android malware detection. Generally, it plays the crucial role. So we'll be selecting, informing later on also why we have selected Android. So major focus is related to avoid or minimize that mobile crime, cyber crime related to thing. So different types of malware within the Android happens that like Trojan, adware, root exploit, ransomware, worms, spyware, and vector, which is similar to the Windows and other operating systems related to like Microsoft. So adware will be providing the advertisements, will be collecting data whenever the application is installed, and later on be popping up with so many pop-up and other thing. Root exploit, some application will be installing the rootkit. So whenever you'll be starting that mobile phone or Android, right, be running on the background. Ransomware, same, we have to pay some ransom to that particular person if we are able to get that access of the mobile phone by giving improper permissions. And if we are maliciously utilize the permission, even they can lock the phone and they can change the email ID as well as the PIN card of that particular PIN code or the password protection from the mobile phones. Worms is related to similar to Windows and other things, spyware and backdoor. So we've been focusing on different types. So that why we focus Android only. As of now, based on the Statista data of 2025, we can see that 71.88% share is from the Android, from the mobile operating system, and followed by iOS, that is 27.65. So majorly the target area would be the Android. So that's the reason we focus on the Statista data, and we have selected as of now for this experiments for Android only. So malware, yeah, it's a malicious software kind of thing. So it can be quickly sneak into the device, accessing sensitive application, private messages, even it can refer the OTP and read the OTP. So financial credentials without user's knowledge, that is crucial. On the background, the application will be running, and whenever you are doing that audio, video, and everything, right? Even camera access will be there running in the background. So we have to detect it based on the permission. So we have started the static analysis as of now in this paper. In future, we are in continuation with dynamic malware analysis also, that is still going on. So detecting it as early as possible to protect that common customer or consumer's data, even preserving the privacy and ensuring the safer and more secure mobile experience. That is our goal. And the main research objectives at the time was detecting and classifying with Android malware using machine learning algorithms by that static permission features from APK files. So major focus was applying and compare different ML models to evaluate their performance matrices and permission-based Android malware detection. For example, if we take the calculator application, if you are installing from unknown a Play Store kind of thing or unknown website or something like that, that is not generally Google Play Store or Samsung Play Store or Samsung Play or even Amazon Play Store. It is installed by a third party. So in that case, this is crucial. So somebody from APK will be sending through the social media, downloading that and directly installing. So it will be malicious activities will be performing on the backend, like OTT platforms. Many users will be utilizing that OTT platform in correct version of that applications, right? So this was our main methodology. So we have that particular student, that is Prince, as well as with us. The particular students have done very good work. That is Android malware data set. So we identify the data set. Out of that, they have done data pre-processing, right? Development of that application also. So we have dropped that particular list of students have identified almost 30,000 applications. Along with that, if 184 actual columns were there, so they individually identify 179 columns and remove that unnecessary columns for our experiment out of the data set. And they have gone through the manual processing of data handling for 30,000, around 30,000 application and 184 to 179 meaningful columns. So they have gone very good work. So they have completed that label encoding, class balancing, handling the missing values, feature scaling, and box Cox transformation. After that, they have trained the model using ML algorithm, that is logistic regression, KNN, cat ghost, random forest, XGBoost, CNN, and linear search vector. Then after model training, as usual, we provided by the hyper parameter tuning was performed to get better accuracy and proper results. So testing phase, they have come with that accuracy, confusion metric, precision, recall, and alpha score, and we have got good performance matrices. And at the end, we'll be having classification only whether this application, after we have made the better GUI version compared to the existing one, where we have to upload the APK file only, and the permission analysis on the backend will be working through the ML algorithms and be providing the proper output based on data sets they have selected different columns of 170. The experimental setup was done on dual Intel 16-core CPU that is available on our campus. That is having 128 GB RAM, 2 TB SSD, and 240 GB SSD with NVIDIA RTX A5000 GPU support. So platform they have used, that is Python and Jupyter Notebook, along with the supporting libraries like scikit-learn, XGBoost, catboost, and TensorFlow, along with the NumPy and Pandas. So as discussed, around 30,000 applications were treated. We have done that binary labeled every once 20 around 29,099. That is, we can consider 30,000 cross 178 permission-based features were there, and around 179 common, 178 is excluding that. So ML algorithms use RF, LR, KNN support, linear support vector, XGBoost, catboost, and neural network. Pre-processing were done like label encoding, mean max scalar. Tuning techniques were utilized, that is shown over here. So based on the experiments performance, we identify that RF random forest will provide better accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score compared to that. The done the testing for that. And this is that research finding. After performing that particular experiments, we found that RF performed best with strong and balanced result. XGBoost and CatBoost handled complex patterns as well as KNN work well with permission-based inputs, and NN work struggle with richer features whenever we increasing that applications, right? They'll be struggling to provide a better output. Linear SBC and logistic regression show that limited effectiveness compared to the other algorithms. So this is our future work that we are planning. Similar work has been done by CDEC India. They propose Coverage 2 application. So that we are trying to integrate real-time malware detection for live scanning of the Android application. So the very good application has been developed by the CDEC. So in continuation to that, we can go for that live integration for real-time malware detection later on. So advanced methods analyze app behavior during the runtime. So whenever application is running, we can analyze that input output network traffic specifically, and later on we can perform that analysis also. So we can combine later on static and dynamic malware feature for better accuracy and detect hidden or evolving malwares like a zero-day attack and another thing, right? And focus on privacy and scalability for applications. Even federated learning and integrating threat intelligence can be used for smarter protection. So,
Thank
any
you for
questions? So we
presentation,
have
sir.
to, yeah.
Yeah, continue, please. Sorry.
Yeah, so it was just thanks. So it was the work of Prince and right. They completed the experiments, and later on we converted from experiment to research. Over to you, Prince and Jugal, if you want to highlight something.
Thank you, Mr. Pritesh Kumar. Um, if I may ask, I don't know if this is relevant to what I've understood. Um, can you again identify or explain which type of machine learning methods were found to be the most effective in detecting Android malware in the study?
Can I reshare the screen or just simply set up?
You can reshare the screen, sir.
Yeah. So this is that result analysis. I hope it's visible.
Yes, sir.
The random forest outperforms compared to other, and we got near result about exabytes and characters also, as well as KNN. But at the end, this was the random forest. Any other questions?
Pritish, just tell me, how do you handle new or unknown permissions that were not in your training data?
Okay. Prince, can you highlight something? Prince, there.
Okay. Yeah. So for that, we need to retrain our model because it is not a dynamic way to handling those type of uh, permissions. So that's the drawback as per right now. So we need to integrate with the uh, dynamic
And
support.
This is
So
this is my next question, that why did you choose static analysis over dynamic analysis?
okay, yeah. So the reason is dynamic analysis requires more resource and it is time consuming. So let's see as a user's perspective. So if we install any application, right, we do not have patience in this time. So we first have to detect statically that is this application is malicious or not. If and static analysis is very less time consuming. Like it's just extract the permission, and on the basis of the permission, we can conclude that whether it is a malicious or not. So as the static analysis is very time accurate, so we can first detect whether the application is malicious or not on the basis of the static feature. But if static feature fails, as the sir has mentioned that we are extended it to the dynamic analysis also in the future. So once we can't found any uh, thing in the static analysis, we can, if we have doubt, then we can also run for the dynamic analysis of that particular application. So in this way, we can extend the scope if we have more research over the chat
Yeah, I would
for the
like to
particular.
add on based on the Prince discussion also. As of now, we are working for Windows-based dynamic malware analysis. So study is still going on. So we found that even in the Android current version, as a developer, we don't have that right to run that application in pure sandbox and do the analysis like what we can do in that Windows. Like we can install the sandbox like Cuckoo and other thing, right? Any.run and this kind of platform are there for dynamic malware analysis. So we have to run at least a sandbox, install the dedicated sandbox in the Android, and top up that we have to do the analysis. So generally, all the users won't be allowing us to install the sandbox, and on the sandbox will be allowing the Epic installation and shared our data as per the current Android
Okay,
developer
Pratish, thank you
policies.
so
Yeah,
much. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
The next presenter. Next, I would like to call upon Ma'am Purva Agarwal to present her paper on the title Predicting Diabetic Retinopathy Using Convolutional Neural Network. Do we have you here with us, ma'am?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Purva Agrawal here to present my research work on prediction of diabetic retinopathy using convolutional neural network. During this session, we are during this session we are going to discuss the following contents. Now, first of all, I want to introduce the term diabetic retinopathy. The term diabetic retinopathy is eye illness. It is a condition in which the eye retina will affected, and this will leading to blindness, and if it is untreated. The early symptoms of diabetic retinopathy is blurred vision and flutters, and whenever the advanced stages will arrive, the irreversible vision loss will generated. Now, the diabetic retinopathy basically categorized in two categories like non-proliferative diabetic retinopathy and proliferative diabetic retinopathy. The non-proliferative diabetic retinopathy comes the stages from mild to severe, in which some of the exudates and hemorrhages occurs in the retinal blood vessels, and some of the new blood vessels will grow in the retinal area. And in the advanced stage of diabetic retinopathy, the complete new blood vessels will grown under the area of retina, and the old vessels get hemorrhaged, or many of the blood spots and flutters are there, and this will result in the completely retinal detachment, so that the complete irreversible vision loss will occur. Early detection of this disease is treatable in very effective manner, but if the disease getted in advanced stages, it will nearly impossible to detect. And by the traditional methods, the disease can be detected, but some of the accuracy issue will arise. So we have to need the automatic early detection techniques and this will motivates me to read some research paper and do some research work in this field. Like the traditional approaches needs the experts ophthalmologists for the same opinion, and so that they can detect the early symptoms of the diabetic retinopathy. So we can say the manual detection process is slow because the opinion is vary from person to person. And when the symptoms get captured, it will when the symptoms get captured, then it will turn into the advanced stages, and it will completely irreversible in treatment, in terms of treatment, or irreversible in terms of vision. So vision is very important in young ages. The diabetes are very common. So here we see the diabetes is increasing rapidly. So we need to detect earlier, and we have to need the automatic detection techniques, and deep learning offers the automation for accurate solution. And CNN can be self-learned features from the retinal images, and it can efficiently classify that the person is affected from diabetic retinopathy or not. And it can also gives the accurate result in earlier stages. So according to the motivation, I read some papers, and I have found that exudate detection is done by using the CNN and some of the machine learning approaches, and different kind of CNN structures are used for detecting or classified something like, and which can achieve the higher accuracies like 70 to 90%. And some of the hybrid models are also introduced, and they work very effectively in terms of accuracy. Some of the assembling approaches, some of the transfer learning approaches will used, and some of the UNet model is also used for vessel segmentation. And so in my work, in my work, I'm using the 5-layered CNN model for predicting the diabetic retinopathy. First, I have to collect the data from the Kaggle, and the data set included 2076 images. Then after collecting the data, I have to improve or enhance the image quality, so that I am resizing and noise removal techniques are applied over the data. After that, the data I'm splitting the data for data in two broad categories. For broad categories, that is training data, and it gives the 80% of the total data, and for testing data set, I'm taking the 20% of the data set. After splitting the data for testing and training, the data set is applied into the CNN model, and where the data get data where the data will proceed, and final result will arrive in terms of the performance measure, in terms of the accuracy, and in terms of the loss measurement. Now some of the CNN model are used for feature extraction and classification, and extraction and classification, and final detection of the category. My simulation results is there. I'm using the simple CNN model, which is 5 layered of convolution layered, and 64 filters are using there, and I'm using the max pooling approach for in pooling layer for for concrete the data. And finally, the fully connected dance layer is used for output generation, and this gives the category the simulation result, and result will showing that after the 10 echoes, the loss will stimulate, or loss will not change a lot, and the accuracy of my result is 94.04. Here is the loss and accuracy plot for training and validation data. Here, this is the training and accuracy, and this shows the accuracy plot shows the stable training and validation, and the model is very effective for a small data size, or not a very large data size. And finally, the accuracy achieved by the model is 94.04%. The key finding of my research work is the strong accuracy with limited data, and the training loss is less than training loss is greater than validation loss. This indicates the good generalization, and model is lightweighted and deployable in the real world healthcare. So So I conclude my work, the work that the CNN is used for early detection of DR, or we can opt this technique in future. And future work, whenever the explainable AI integrate with them, then it can be used in medical industries also. Here are some references which I read during my work. Uh, Thank you. Any query? Hello. Thank you.
Hello.
Any query?
Yes, thank you, Madam Purva. Um, how does this research on convolutional neural network differ from others that are already existing in the field?
The convolutional neural networks is if a deep learning technique, and through this convolutional neural network we can automatically detect the features of the image, or so that we can detect the early symptoms of any disease, rather than any traditional approach, because many of the ophthalmologists differs their opinion, and they can one gives that the diseases occur, and other one says that it will just swelling in retinal image, or something other. So the patient can't analyze the disease if he or she is affected with this disease or not. So in term of accuracy, the automation is required, and for automation the deep learning comes into in this light. And one of the simplest model for deep learning is convolutional neural network.
Thank you, Madam.
Purva, can you tell me what modification did you make to standard CNN architecture for this specific task?
Sorry, sir, I'm not getting your point.
What modification did you make to standard CNN architecture for your task?
Sir, I'm using the five-layered convolutional layer in standard CNN, only a single convolution layer, and then the pooling layer, and so on the process. I'm using the five convolution layer in which the filtered, in which whenever the image feed as an input, the filter can filter out the features deeper and deeper, and finally the exact features, or I'm saying I can say the concrete features of the data set will retain by my model, rather than standard, because it will passes through the five convolutional layers through the filters.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your presentation, ma'am. Moving on to our next presenter. Next, I'd like to call upon Ma'am Rohini to present her paper on the title, The Role of Hospital Administrators in Enhancing Healthcare Quality Through Leadership and Quality Improvement Initiatives. Do we have here, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. You may present your screen, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Rohini, and my paper name is The Role of Hospital Administration to Enhance Healthcare Quality Through Leadership and Quality Improvement Initiative. The contents in my presentation: abstract, introduction, research background, objective research, literature review, and conclusion and references. The abstract. Abstract: hospital administration improve healthcare quality through leadership, training, and resource use. Study shows that good leadership and communication enhance staff performance and patient outcomes. Introduction. Administration act as a both leaders and managers, ensuring patient safety, staff performance, and the policy compliances. They use evidence-based practices, research-based practices to improve the quality culture and the collaboration of the hospitals. Objective. There are the three objectives. The first objective is about the study aims to understand the administrators' leadership roles, and the second is about check how they maintain uh, patient safety and operational standards. The third one is about evaluate the effectiveness and their practice in healthcare quality. Literature review. Literature review is the hospital administration plays a strategic role, leadership role by aligning resources. The hospital administrators improve core by using resources wisely, uh, providing training for the strong and trained staff for the outcome of the patient is best, and give them the service based policies, ethical communications. In my paper, the scope and the limitations. The factors like hospital size and staff ratio may affect result, and the limitation is about the study is limited to Savangi, uses self-reported data, and may not apply to all hospitals. Hypothesis. Hypothesis is about training staff improves their participation, highly involved, proper resource, improve patient safety, clear communication also improves the involvement of the staff. Data analysis. I use the Spearman's correlation. Staff training strongly increases staff participation. Good resource or allocation improves patient care quality. Clear communication improves staff engagement. Administrators with formal management training showed better leadership. And my findings are regular staff findings. Findings is about regular staff training help staff join quality program more actively, and proper resource improves patient safety, good communication, improved teamwork, and conclusion is about staff training resources use and communication greatly improves staff involvement, patient care. Formal management training help administrators guide hospitals better. Strong leadership and proper education improve healthcare quality and also patient safety. Recommendation. Hospitals should be prioritize leadership training and continuous staff development by providing the good training and time to time training for their training and train staff. Adequate resources and resources, we know the our resources which is related to healthcare, each very scarce, so there is very necessary to use it wisely. Future research should explore broader regions and use longitudinal and qualitative method. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Madam Ruhini. Just a question. According to the results of the study, what key factors help hospital administrators lead continuous quality improvement more effectively?
Effectively, as the if we provide them the best training time to time, then we have the well trained staff and allocate the proper resources, how to use, how can we effectively use it, then we get the best result.
Okay. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Do we have any other questions? Since there are no more questions, we'll be moving forward with the next presenter. Thank you for your presentation, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon Sir Pranesh P. to present his view on the title UPI Usage Among Migrant Workers in Tamil Nadu, an analysis of awareness and challenges. Do we have you here with us, sir?
Hi, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You may
So,
present your screen.
yeah, sure, sir. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Good afternoon, all. So, my paper topic is CP usage among migrant workers in Tamil Nadu, and analysis and awareness and challenges. So, as you all know, UPI stands for Unified Payments Interface. It's an Indian instant payment system and protocol developed by the NPCI, which is National Payments Corporation of India in 2016. So it can be done through person to person and person to merchant as well. So it is used on mobile devices instantly to transfer funds between two bank accounts and using a unique UPI ID. So which will be unique. So the next one is digital literacy. So the digital literacy is ability to use digital technology and tools effectively, safely, and responsibly. So it includes a range of skills that allow individuals to find and evaluate information online, use digital devices and software, communicate and collaborate online, understand digital security and privacy, create digital content. So my topic is about the challenges and the awareness which the people will be faced by using UPI. So the study mainly focuses on the digital literacy, which is the awareness and the like the people's usage among the usage of UPI. So whether they are aware of about the frauds concerns like which are happening through UPI, and are they aware of using it through scams and all. So the research methodology tells that the study about descriptive and explanatory research designed to examine the patterns of UPI among migrant workers in Tamil Nadu, assess the level of awareness and identify the challenges. So as I mentioned before, so the research focuses on key districts in Tamil Nadu where the migrant worker populations are concentrated, such as Chennai, Coimbatore, and Tirupur. So the purpose of sampling tactics was employed to select the migrant workers who are aware of UPI services. Both users and non-users were included in the gain comprehensive understanding. So there was a study taken with among 100 migrant workers surveyed across different occupation sectors like construction, manufacturing, hospitality, and domestic services. So in the analysis which I found was most of the people, 49% of the people are mostly aware about the digital literacy, which is very high. So then sorry, for 48% of the people are high up, have the very high knowledge about digital literacy. Then the 35% of the people are very high in their digital literacy which they're using. So which is the main part of the study. So the next one is the people choose UPI to UPI for the purpose of convenience, which they feel it takes like 3 to 4 seconds to transfer the amount from one person to another person. So yeah, most of the people choose it for the speed and convenience as well. So the challenges which they faced was like network problems and the fraud concerns. As you all know, like the GPS scams which are happening in the India. So I met a person who was scammed around 20K. So like so some people like 43% of the people are face challenges through fraud concerns and scams, and 47% of the people face network problems. Face face the challenges as their network problems. So and in the study, like there is there is a finding that like there is a association with that's a relationship between general and digital literacy among the respondents. So the personal T-square value of 4 degrees freedom is statistically significant. So this indicates the statistically significant association between gender and digital literacy, which means male respondents are dominated here. Like they are having they are having more digital awareness than the female candidates. So the same in the linear language association also states that the potential ordinal trend is low with the low with the digital literacy, vary with the gender. So there's a significant relationship between gender and digital literacy category. So it also mentioned that the male respondents are having higher digital literacy knowledge than the female ones. So there's a suggestion that like there's a still gap between the people who have not received the guidance on UPI usage systems by the government, but the users felt that it would be better if the government or the banks would conduct any precautionary measures as meetings and guidance over UPI apps, which would be a better learning for the people about UPI usage and the scams which they face regularly. So if this is done frequently, the people would be aware of those fraudulent activities and avoid trapping into those scams. So the conclusion tells about like there is a dominant role in the usage of UPI services. The people have digital literacy in the field of UPI. Most of 65% of respondents use Google Pay as the mediator for their UPI credential transactions. So the respondents find the UPI they feel convenient over UPI other like they feel UPI over NEFT and RTGS. Yeah, sorry, yeah. So they feel UPI. Just a minute. Yeah. They feel UPI is convenient comparing to NEFT and RDGS. So that's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pranesh. Just one question. What do you think is the underlying reason uh, about the association of gender and digital literacy?
So, sir, in my study, actually, more male respondents choose they are totally aware about the digital literacy, whereas female person choose their own just high. So there's a dominant what can I say? Actually, there's a dominant relationship. There's a dominant male candidates that they are facing they have the more digital literacy than the female candidates. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And Dinesh, what will be the relationship between digital literacy and UPI uses?
Sir, actually, the digital literacy is actually, sir, digital literacy is the it is the ability which we use the digital technology and tools, sir. So it is a kind of a knowledge which we need to use at the time of UPI usage. So digital literacy, it's like an awareness on a knowledge like this. Yeah.
You have specifically discussed about the state Tamil Nadu, and I am asking what is the impact of regional language that is to be supported in UPI apps on adoption dates?
Sir, come again, sir. I didn't hear you.
What is the impact of regional languages supports in UPI apps on adoption rates?
Sir, I didn't get your question, sir. Sorry. I think I have some problem, sir. Can you come again, please?
Impact of regional languages supports in UPI apps on adoption rates.
Reduction rate, sir.
Adoption.
So I think I don't have. Just a minute, sir. So adoption rates, come again.
Have you heard the question? This question is clear to you,
No, sir. I'm not clear with the question.
and you are trying to answer, right?
Yes, sir. Sir.
I am asking the impact of regional language supports in UPI apps on adoption rates.
Like actually regional languages, which like the respondents, sir.
If I am not wrong, you are just catching the keywords, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, sir. We'll move forward with the session. Next, I would like to call again Sir Nayan Suresh Patil to present his paper on the title Enhancing Athletic Performance Through an AI-Based Sports Application. Do we have you here with us, sir? Do we have anyone else from the team with us?
I think he's still not around.
Yes, sir. So we're moving forward with the next presenter. Next, I would like to call again Sir Gaurav to present his paper on the title Founder Verifier, an AI-driven system for automated startup founder reputation analysis and verification. Do we have you here with us, sir?
Yeah, Shitosh, I'm there.
Okay, sir.
Just give me a minute. I'm just setting up. Everyone, my name is Gaurav Sulsure. I'm from Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, and these are my co-authors. And our title for today is Founder Verifier, AI-driven startup and founder insights. So we have developed this system
So sorry to
so that
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. It's on the last page, I suppose. It's not on the first page.
okay, okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
So sorry for the delay again. Yeah. So let me start. So again, so this is Founder Verifier, an AI-driven startup and founder insight. So basically, what we are doing here is we are evaluating the and reputing the score for an founder or and startup. So we have an algorithm here. So these are my co-authors. So we have done this project and we have submitted the paper to ISBM. So today we'll be overviewing these following sections. I'll introduce the problem statement again with more clarity. We'll cover what challenge was there, our solution, key features, architecture, and what are the technology and tools we have used. Okay, so introducing an AI-powered tool to quickly assess the reputation and background of startup founders and their ventures. So what we do here is we analyze from various data sources the reputations of the founders, the social media sentiments, and some controversies around founders. So we can assess. So basically, ventures will get an easy access so that they can validate and evaluate a startup basically from the version of the internet, what the internet has to say about the startup. So for any startup there are two important things. So first one is its financials. and the innovation. So for that there are various available tools in the sense, but we also have to look at one aspect, that startups with a clear clarity, so startup with a good reputation, a good, because in today's era of social media, we need that, we need to know what the founders are saying, what the startup is doing, what are the, so this was the introduction. So the challenges was information overload. So assessing founder credibility requires shifting through vast and unstructured data online. So there is various data available in the internet about the founders, about the startups. So the challenge is, how do we validate what is right and what is not? So there are specific verified web pages such as the Failery, which assesses the startup which has previously failed and the reasons for, they have a deep analysis why the startup failed, what was the main reason, so what were their financials.
Sorry to
So
interrupt, sir. Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt, sir, but we can only see the first slide. The PPT is not moving. It's not switching to the other page. Yes, sir, it's visible now.
okay. Yeah, so these are the challenges: information overload, assessing founders' credibility, and the process is overall time consuming. Manual research is slow, and that delays investment decisions, partnership, or hiring. There are some bias potentials also. So manual analysis can be subjective, and some missing details could be there. Some positive signals, some negative signals, some. For example, some pending court cases against the founder or the startup. So the credibility lies in the history of the startup or the founder. Also, high risk, making decisions on incomplete or accurate information can lead to significant financial or reputational damages. Okay. Our solution. So, is the slide visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so we have created a web application that takes a founder or startup's name as input. Then we have automated scripting. So the problem I discussed previously was what the information overload, and there are various opinions, various biases around startups. So how do we verify? So we have took some verified sources for that. So as I mentioned, Failery is a verified source. Uh, DuckDuckGo for sentiments like controversies, and this is basically how our flow works. So what we have done is AI powered analysis. We have used the NLTK Vidar for sentiment analysis. So we can actually check the biases, how much positive, how much negative, and how much neutral opinions exist. And we have used named entity recognition specie for geographic. So what we are trying here to convey is, for example, where the founder or startup are, what geolocations are they linked to. So if we for in our solution, if we search for a founder and the details about him, so we can see uh, where the founder has completed his education. So a founder, maybe he visited Harvard. So that things, some these are the small things that investors look around. So they have more trust to the startup or the founder. And and these report, this needs to be uh, so we have used uh, PDF generation, so that we can create a report for each startup and each founder, so that that would be easily accessible and shared among different teams. Okay, so this is the architecture diagram. So in the user browser, the user will request for a specific founder or startup name, and then we have various external web sources such as Failery and DuckDuckGo, and there we will scrape the data using web scrapers. So the raw data is later used for analysis. So the NLTK Vidar is later used to analyze the positive and negative sentiments, and the application server, we have used Flask for that. And the the same data is later stored in CSV format. So this was particular need of that report. So this is how the end report generator looks like. So I'll talk about it more later. I'll I'm just trying to give an idea what we are trying to do. So there seems to be a lot of future scope for this application also. Let's check at key featuring. So reputation score from 0 to 100, there can be a particular score given to the founder on his on the various insights we get from the data on the internet. So on that basic on that we have an algorithm developed. That algorithm specifically mentioned in the research paper also. And through that algorithm we calculate an overall score for that startup. So we have three levels of risk. So high risk, moderate risk, or so this looks like a positive indicator, 99 out of 100. So this is this is a simulation we searched for Adit Palicha, the founder of Zepto. We analyzed this, so you can see this is how the web dashboard looks like. So we have given a score to Adit Palicha, the founder, based on his web sentiments basically. And there are various. So some part here you can see that LinkedIn part is simulated because scraping of LinkedIn is still not allowed officially. So we have not really got to that part because we didn't get the API for LinkedIn. This can be a thing for future scope to look into because to check the history of startup where he has educated, where he has worked before, can be a good insight to know about him. Then we have industry and failure insight. So these are particular insights from that particular industry. So what are the common learnings? What are the common challenges this industry face? So this part will be shown here, and these are the web sentiment snippets. So we have tagged various kind of snippets from the internet, and we have processed them. So for this, you can see these are some positive statements, and similarly, a neutral and negative statements will be there. Okay, so okay, we also have some other features like controversy detection. So for same Adit, so this is for research result for Zomato. So what are the controversies linked across Zomato? So this can also be an important indication when we are analyzing the particular startup or the founder. So this we can see there are we can see two lawsuits against Zomato. So for this creates a negative impact, a negative sentiment, and this is also taken under consideration in the algorithm itself. So location mention mapping. So you can see these are the location they have been linked. So we do this by using Spacey so that people know where these people are linked to, what other locations their startup links to, what where are their other office locations, or where does the founder has studied, or other things. So also, yeah, and we then have a dashboard for users to log what they have searched, average reputation score, and this is the generated web sentiment report. This is the PDF that is generated that I showed before. So these are some other features. So yeah, so what are the tech stacks we have used? So in the backend, we have used Python and Flask for creating the web application. For front end, we have relied on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We have web scraping. We have used Request and Beautiful Soup, very popular. For NLP and analysis, we have used NLTK, Vedar for sentiment, Spacey for near locations, and GeoPy for geocoding. Then we have used, sorry. Uh, we have used CSV for logging and Flask caching. So for report generation, these are two open source tools available: XHTML to PDF for PDF generation, chart.js for dashboard charts, and leadleft.js for maps. So the report we saw earlier, that was generated by XHTML to PDF and chart.js for that dashboard we saw. Okay, so for concluding, this looks like this has various future enhancements that can be made it to this. Founder verifier successfully automates the initial phases of. So basically, what when a startup, when an investor or a venture capitalist tries to analyze whether it is worth to give a shot for a particular founder or particular startup, so this can be a good go-to tool to search. This is or even AI automated. So founder the ventures can see this and they can like at least give a first thought to give that a shot or not. So this there are key achievements in this. We have integrated diverse data sources, implemented NLP analysis, and we for futures enhancement. I already mentioned that we are actually trying to make the algorithm we have used, we are trying to make it more sophisticated so that the accuracy around that increases for future enhancements. Then for again for uh, what mentioned for verification of that particular founder, so we are still figuring out the LinkedIn API that can be implemented as for future scope. And yeah, I think that concludes it. So thank you.
Thank you for your
uh,
presentation, sir. Do you have any questions?
Hello, sir. Hello.
yeah yeah
Yeah, Ashutosh, sir.
Uh,
Sir, I am actually Aishwarya Kadu from the India. So I need small help, sir. Actually, my presentation is after 3 o'clock. But sir, I have some emergency work. So can you take my presentation firstly?
yes, ma'am. I will just come to that. Let me just get over this presentation, then I will come to that.
Yes, sir. Okay. Please, sir. Please.
Do you have any questions for Sir Gaurav?
no questions from my side.
No question. Thank you so much.
No question. I'm good with the presentation. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you for your presentation, sir.
Thank you for time. Thank you for listening.
Moving on, I would like to call upon Ma'am Aishwarya to present a paper on the title Multi-Class Crop Prediction Based on Soil and Climate Parameters Using Random Forest, XGBoost, and MLP.
Presentation is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So, good afternoon, present over here. I am Aishwarya Kadu from the India. So, my topic is the multi-class crop prediction based on the soil and the climate parameter. So, I am an author of this particular paper and my co-author is the Professor KTV Reddy, sir. I am belonging from the Artificial Intelligence and the Data Science, and I am belonging from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Savangi Mege, Wardha, that is in Wardha, that is India is there. So, okay. So these are my content: abstraction, introduction, literature review, and then progress work, methodology is there, data sources, and some results, comparison, conclusion, future scope, and some references. So abstract, so particular in the paper. So the crop prediction using soil and the climate parameter. I am using here the some kind of the soil nutrients parameter and the soil nutrients parameter and the some kind of the climate related parameter I am using there. So here some nutrients value I am using, that is the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, micro, and again some kind of the micronutrients is there. So and the climate parameters, which are the temperature, humidity, wind speed, rainfall, and the cloud cover. So that's some kind of the climate parameters I am using here. So and here the agriculture data set is the 3000 and 3400 450 data set is there, which is belonging for the Wardha district, Maharashtra. So again, again here some algorithms I am using. 3 models based develop and test algorithms are using. That is random forest, XGBoost, and the multi-layer prescription, that is MLP. It is belong to the deep learning algorithms. Okay, and again the cropped is there, 11 cropped I identify for this particular prediction. Introduction, the agriculture play a critical role of the India economic, as a large of the population depends on the farming and the livelihood. Traditionally, yield estimation techniques fails to capture the complexity of the interactive between soil, climate, and the crop predictivity. Here we are using the machine learning and the deep learning provide the advanced tool to analyze some complex relation by learning for historical data and making the predictions for the future outcomes. If I told briefly related to the introduction, so here some in the India there are the lack of the that we called as the data in which is belonging to the soil and the climate. So as we already know that the various changes in the climate and various changes in the soil also. So I am trying to identify with the help of the AI techniques, with the help of the certain kind of the machine learning and deep learning technique, we can overcome that problem and try to solve the problems of the farmer. So here the main motto is that. So literature, as I say that the literature, so many literatures are there related to the random forest, related to the multi-layer, and related to the various kinds of the machine learning and the deep learning algorithms for the precision farming. So data set, so I am gathered the data set for the officially, that is the Vardha government source, including the real world agriculture record. So the in the India, the various kind of the bureau is there, various sources is there. So from the sources we have to do some kind of the request over there. We have to go through that authenticated data. So we need to keep that data very authenticated because of that government data is there. So for the study purpose, for the implementation purpose, and for the research purpose, they will be give that data. So that data I will be used here. So that the 3,450 data is there, and related to the soil, and all the parameters are there. So NPK values and all these things. And here I am applying some kind of the cropped is there, 11 cropped is there. So here I mentioned the cropped also there. These cropped are the groundnut, soybean, cotton, wheat, maize. So these are the various kind of the cropped I am using here. So this is related to the data source. So, and the proposed work is there. The research specifically focus on the Wardha district in the Maharashtra, which face a multiple agriculture challenges linked to soil fertility and the climate variability. The purpose system include aim to enhance the crop classification by integrating soil and the weather parameters with machine learning and the deep learning technique. The objective of the project is to develop a robust crop prediction framework that not only ensure high accuracy but also support the real-time decision making for the farmer. By combining the technical innovation with traditional farming knowledge, the study seek to improve the productivity and the strain precision agriculture in the region. Okay, so again I go next slide, that is the workflow. So here as we aware about the how the stages are there in the AI, in the machine learning, or how we can go through that. The first we are the data collection, we are the train the model, test the model, split the model, and again we are bifurcate that model in the various machine learning, deep learning, and the that kind of the thing. And after that we are calculated some kind of the calculation comparison matrix. We are find out accuracy, MSC, RMSC, and the squares, that comparison will be done. So here the comparison matrix is there. Then next one is the visualization performance comparison is there. Bar chart table is there. So at the last, analysis of result and the conclusion. So this is the flow of my project. So next one is the again methodology is there. So again, whatever I show in the workflow, the processing and what the exactly I am doing, how the MLP model was designed with the multi-hidden layer and trained to the 50 coach using the some kind of MWeb optimizer. Okay, and then again the model performance was evaluated using accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and the recursion matrix like the MEE, MSE, then RMSE and the R2. Comparatively, the analysis was conducted to determine the best performing model. So whatever I explain in this that is the workflow that is only mentioned in the theoretical format. And move forward the next slide, that is the visualization. So here the confusion matrix was generated to each of the three models, that is the random forest, XGBoost, and the MLP. So this model, so here the random forest model, this is the confusion matrix is there. Okay, and the next one is this is the XGBoost model confusion matrix. This is the deep learning MLP confusion matrix. So here, whatever the result is there, that is a table that is classified. We are using here the random forest, XGBoost, and the MLP. So here the some precision, recall, F1 score, and the accuracy. So here the XGBoost is slightly higher consistency in handling the complex data. However, the difference in performance matrix highlighting the trend of between the interpolability, computational efficiency, and the learning dick across the model. Okay, so here the random forest achieve accuracy is the 68.1%. Okay, so the next one is the recursion matrix. So this is first this is the classification matrix. So this is the recursion matrix. So here we are recursion matrix is also calculated here. So here again accuracy MAE, then MSE, RMSE, and the R square, and the difference is also find out. So for the better accuracy level. So here the recursion matrix in the comparison of the various recursion matrix evaluation. The next slide is the comparison evaluation analysis of the accuracy across the model revealed that the XGBoost achieved the highest accuracy in the 67.97%, closely followed by the random forest with 67.20%, and MLP has the 67.10%. So here the bias charge graph is there. The comparison is given there. So very slightly difference is there if we see that some comparison in that particular model. The conclusion of my particular paper is to study the conclusion that the both machine learning and deep learning model are the effectively predict the crop using the soil and the climate parameter. Random forests provide a balance of the accuracy and the interpolability, make it the practical of the real world application. XGBoost demonstrate the best predictive accuracy and the random and the robustness in handling complex agriculture data set. The MLP model also proceed encouraging result, showing the potential for the further improvement with enhanced tweeting. Together, this model reinform the applicability in the AI-driven approach in the precision agriculture. So future scope in the particular area, we can do the work in the agriculture base, because in the agriculture we cannot see that this is the perfect and this is the perfect result, or this is the perfect output from the soil and the weather, because the soil have a various changes, various kind of the moisture over there, various kind of the thing is there. So the very work is how to do in that particular area. So the satellite, with the help of the satellite imagery, IoT based real-time sensor, weather forecasting data, so all these things we can apply in the future also, and already people are also using that thing, but somewhere some kind of the things is not come perfectly because of the particular soil and the weather frequently changing the values. That's why it is we have to work beyond for in the field. So these are the references, and thank you. Any question, please ask.
Aishwarya, what cross-validation strategies are appropriate for agricultural datasets?
Yes, sir.
What cross-validation strategies are appropriate for agricultural datasets?
Sir, actually, I'm not audible. What?
Cross-validation strategies. I am asking the cross-validation strategies that are appropriate for agricultural datasets.
Yes, sir. So, sir, there are the various kind of this when we are choosing the soil, so in the soil we have to set the values. Because if we are not set the values, though after that it will be not predict properly. It will be not predict the proper evaluation. It will be not given the proper. It will be given, but not in the proper direction and proper that we what we called as the see when I'm using a sensor also, so at that time it will be fluctuate the value simultaneously. It will be it is not a constant value. So at the time of the applying the algorithm, so we have to apply algorithm and making it the very what we called as the train model. We have to need it very trained. So at that time it will be give the proper output. Otherwise it will be given the output not in the proper direction.
Did you told cross-validation strategies?
Sir, cross validation is I am using here the 10K fold cross validation, sir.
And how do you prevent overfitting in crop production model?
Yes, sir.
How do you prevent overfitting in crop prediction models?
That I need to see, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Yes,
I don't
any
have a
question?
question. Yeah, thank you for that presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, can I end?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to our next presenter. I would like to call again Ma'am Gauraputtu Ikshita Bhagwati to present her paper on the title Greening the Workforce, a systematic and bibliometric review of green human resource management literature, 2000 to 2025. Do we have you here with us, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Good evening, everyone. Me and my team are here to present about title called Greening the Workforce, a systematic and bibliometric review of the green human resource management literature. We are the MBA students from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham University in India. Karthik, can you please share the screen? Hello.
The screen is already shared.
Hello.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Oh.
Can I start the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Karthik, can you please skip to the introduction slide? Yeah. As we all know, the world is facing major environmental challenges such as climate change, biodiversity loss, and also the resource depletion. Organizations are now expected to adopt the sustainability strategies. Green Human Resource Management or GHRM is an approach that links HR practices with the environmental protection. It includes mainly the green recruitment, environmental training, sustainable performance evaluation, and rewards for the eco-friendly behavior, we can say. Although interest in GHRM has grown, especially after the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals, there has been no consolidated review. Our studies addressing the gap by using the systematic literature review and also the bibliometric analysis from 2000 to 2025. Next slide. The objectives of our studies are fivefold. First one is to analyze the evolution and growth of the GHRM research from 2000 to 2025. To identify the most influential authors and journals and countries which are contributing to the development of the green human resource management, and next to map the thematic clusters and research trends using the bibliometric tools, and also to highlight the theoretical frameworks and to support the GHRM, and finally to propose a future research agenda like about the GHRM. Next slide, please. The literature review shows that GHRM integrates the HR practices with the sustainability goals. Like after 2020, research accelerated due to the ESG reporting and the SDGs mainly. The core practices include the green recruitment, green training, performance appraisal, and also the rewards for the eco-friendly behaviors. The main theories used for the ability motivation opportunity model and resource based view, and also the institutional theory. The outcomes of the GHRM includes the employee engagement, innovation, and also the improved sustainability. However, challenges such as the greenwashing, lack of proper metrics, and also the resistance to change remains same. Next slide, please. Despite the growth of literature, we identified several gaps also. Like most of the studies focused on the limited industries like healthcare, hospitality, etc. And also previous reviews are outdated and are very narrow. And the theoretical approaches are also not integrated very well. And the research is concentrated mainly in Asia, and we can say with little in like America or Latin America, Africa, etc. Finally, like very few studies are the longitudinal, they are not exploring the digital technologies in the GHRM. Next slide, please. Our research is built on the main three theoretical foundations. One is AMO theory, RBV, and also the institutional theory. Where AMO theory tells that employees need the right abilities or motivation and opportunity to act green. Whereas RBV tells that green skilled employees are the valuable and provide competitive advantage, and whereas institutional theory tells that external pressures such as regulations or norms which push firms towards the GHRM. In next slide, please. We adopted a mixed method design which combines the systematic literature review with the bibliometric analysis. Mainly we analyzed 137 Scopus indexed journal articles published between the 2000 to 2025, and the Prisma 2020 framework was followed for the selection, and also we used VOS viewer to map co-authorships and keyword networks, and also BiblioShiny from R for trends and thematic evolution. To ensure reliability, we manually screened and cross-verified the 25% of the articles. Next slide, Karthik. Coming to the results, our analysis covered around 137 articles from 78 journals with an annual growth rate of 7.96%, whereas there are 399 authors contributed with 3.7 authors per paper, and also 50% of the international collaborations. The most cited authors were Ramaya, Usliza, Zabor, you can say. And top journals included the Journal of Cleaner Production, ISHRM, and International Journal of Manpower. Geographically, we can say Pakistan, Malaysia, India, and China led in the main contributions. And the major themes revolved around the sustainability, employee green behavior, environmental performance, CSR activities, and also the green innovation. Next slide, please. And coming to the findings highlights the steady growth of GHRM literature, especially post 2020. South and Southeast Asia dominate the research landscape. Themes are shifting towards the interdisciplinary studies, which combining the HRM, sustainability, and also the digital transformation, we can say. Yet research gap remains like especially the lack of long-term studies, broader global coverage, and also the outcome-based evaluations. Yeah. Based on our study, like we recommend or else we suggest like encouraging the interdisciplinary research which combines the HRM with the sustainability and the technology, and also expanding research to underrepresented regions like Africa and Latin America we discussed before, and also conducting the practical evaluations to measure like long-term impacts on the employees and organizations as well. And lastly, like leveraging the technology and AI, like for green recruitment or else training, performance management, or else performance appraisal, etc. Next slide, please. Like to conclude, like green HRM has evolved as a strategic driver of like sustainability. Like our study shows a steady growth of nearly 8% annually in the publications, like between 2002 and 2025. Research is mainly concentrated in Asia, but future studies should expand also globally. The central focus areas are the green behavior, CSR activities, environmental performance, and also innovation. Like looking ahead, there is a strong need for the longitudinal studies and also digital integration and also for the global participation. Like lastly, I can say GHRM is not just an HR practice, like but a strategic enabler of the sustainable business. Yeah, these are all the references we referred for. Lastly, thank you, and I'm open for the questions.
Hi, Madam Goripotu. Thank you
Hi,
for the
sir.
presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, based on your analysis, why do you think green human resource management is commonly conducted in Asian region?
Sir, can you please come again?
Yeah, why do you think, based on your analysis, green human resource is commonly conducted in Asian regions?
Okay. Um, mm,
Excuse me, sir. Can I answer this question behalf of sir?
Sure.
So we could think that due to the large population and the diversity what we have in the Southeast Asia, that's the reason most of the corporate companies as well as people usually try to inculcate this green workforce in their organizations.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'm also into green human resource management, and I believe that as Asians, we have this what we call collectivism nature, right? Or yeah, this nature of Asian people, right? So I think that's why it is most commonly being studied, of course, in Asian countries. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions? Since there are no more questions, we will move forward.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks.
Next, I would like to call upon Sir Shubham Kishore Kadam to present his paper on the title Quantum Computing and Workforce Management, Revolutionizing HR Analytics. Do we have you here with us, sir? Do we have anyone else from the team with us? Since there are no response, will you move forward with the next presenter? Actually, this brings us to the end of the session. Just a second, there's some technical error. Yeah. So this brings us to the end of the session. I sincerely thank our authors for the excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all the participants for being a part of the international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this fourth version and all the previous three versions of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in the fifth version in 2026. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days, and the publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. So kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2025. I would also like to thank both of our session chair, Professor Steven C. Jackson and Dr. Tarun Kumar, for chairing this session. Would you like to say something to the participants, sir?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashutosh, and also thank you to our co-chair, Mr. Kumal. Um, On behalf of the ISBM, we would like to thank everyone for sharing their expertise and their results of their study. And I hope that we can collaborate soon and we can do research together so that we can expand our network. Thank you very much, and may you have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Tarun, sir, would you like to add something to this?
All the papers presentation was so good, and the ideas are very good, and hope we can collaborate with these peoples in future. Thank you so much,
Thank you, sir.
and thank you so much, Steven sir.
As a token of appreciation to both the chairs on behalf of Team ISBM 2025 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Just before we end the session, I request you all to kindly switch on the camera for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference. Join today. Best of luck for the day.